The more you let things slide, the less respect people will have for you. That's the harsh truth of life. Respect isn't given freely. It's earned. If you don't set boundaries, people will test your limits, undermine your worth, and even take advantage of your kindness. Your silence shouldn't be mistaken for consent to disrespect. Denzel Washington once said, "You have to protect your dreams, your self-respect, and your value, because no one else will do it for you. If you don't stand up for yourself, who will?" There's a way to handle those who disrespect you, without arguing, without confrontation. It's a powerful lesson that Denzel Washington shared, and it could change the way people treat you forever. Stay with this video to find out. Living by principles is the foundation for protecting your peace, time, and self-worth. Principles are not chains that restrain you. They are a compass that helps you determine what truly deserves a place in your life. Without them, you risk being swept into chaos, losing not only your own self-respect but also the respect of others. When you lack clear boundaries, you unknowingly allow people to treat you however they please. Some won't hesitate to exploit your flexibility, testing your limits step by step, just to see how much they can take without consequences. And what they take isn't just your time or energy. They may strip away your self-esteem as well. If you don't set your own rules, you hand them the power to decide how they treat you. And they will keep pushing until you finally stand firm and say, "Enough is enough." You must have the courage to say no when necessary, and don't let that make you feel guilty. Saying no doesn't make you rude or selfish. No is a complete sentence. It requires no justification. If someone calls you stubborn or difficult simply because you choose to protect yourself, let them think what they want. Those who truly care about you will respect your boundaries, not challenge or break them. On the other hand, those who react negatively to your no are often the ones who have grown used to controlling you or benefiting from your kindness. Failing to establish clear principles doesn't just harm you. It silently permits others to disregard your desires, opinions, and worth. When you give in to their demands, you're essentially granting them permission to dictate how they treat you. But when you stand firm, you command respect. You don't need to yell or explain yourself at length. Principles require quiet strength and unwavering consistency. They demand that you value yourself enough to say, "I won't accept this, and if it doesn't change, I will walk away." In relationships, principles act as boundaries that define how much you give and how much you receive. If you keep giving without reciprocation, it's time to be strong enough to say, "This isn't fair." In friendships, boundaries affirm that your time and energy deserve respect. You are not an emotional dumping ground, nor are you an endless source of support. In the workplace, clear principles ensure that your talent and effort are acknowledged rather than exploited or overlooked. People will only take as much as you allow them to, and that power is entirely in your hands. Setting personal principles doesn't mean you lose your kindness. It means you refuse to let anyone take it for granted. You can love deeply and still say, "This doesn't work for me." You can help others while knowing when to step back. You can be empathetic yet stand firm and declare, "I do not tolerate disrespect." Establishing personal principles isn't an act of defiance against others. It's an act of self-love. Not everyone will welcome it, and some will resist when you set clear boundaries. That's perfectly normal. The people who benefited from your lack of limits will be the loudest when you finally start enforcing them. But always remember, the only way to live a life of dignity is to define your own rules, rather than seeking validation from others. Personal principles aren't meant to change how people behave. They are meant to define how you allow them to exist in your life. You must be willing to lose those who don't respect your limits, and that can be unsettling. But what's far more dangerous is losing yourself in an effort to keep someone else happy. When you dare to set boundaries, you don't just eliminate toxic relationships. You create space for those who truly value you. Build a life where peace has a place to thrive, instead of letting chaos take over. Clear principles are forged through small, daily decisions. They are the result of consistent actions that protect your self-respect. It's in learning to say no to what drains you. It's in choosing to ignore calls from those who only deplete your energy. It's in walking away from conversations that add no value to your life, rather than sitting through them in silence. Honoring your principles isn't just self-care, it's self-respect. It's a silent declaration to the world. I know my worth, and I will not compromise it. Setting boundaries isn't easy. It takes courage to say, I will not allow this to continue. But every time you do, you reclaim control over your life. You protect your time, your energy, and your peace. Because nothing commands more respect than a person who knows their worth and refuses to trade it for anyone's approval. Disrespect from others can leave you feeling lost, as if your confidence and value are being questioned. It can make you wonder if you're strong enough, capable enough, or worthy enough. But never forget, their actions reflect their character, while your response defines yours. The moment you allow someone's disrespect to shake your confidence, you give them a power they don't deserve. And when you surrender that power, you lose control over how you see yourself. True confidence isn't built on the approval of others. It's rooted in an unshakable understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's presence. It's in the steadiness of your voice, the certainty of your steps, and the unwavering belief in yourself. The real test of confidence isn't in the moments when you are praised. It's in how you respond to disrespect. Anyone can feel good about themselves when receiving compliments. But when faced with insults, criticism, or condescension, you must ask yourself, will I let these words wound me, or will I stand firm in the values I believe in? You have the power to choose how you react to disrespect. No one can make you feel small unless you give them permission. Harsh words may sting, and unfair treatment may hurt, but their weight lies in how you perceive them. When someone treats you without respect, it doesn't define who you are. It only exposes their own flaws. Jealousy, misunderstanding, or a need for control are often the driving forces behind disrespect. So don't absorb their negativity. Don't let their words or actions make you question your worth. Not everyone will recognize your value, but that says nothing about you. It only reveals the limits of their perception. A diamond remains brilliant whether others acknowledge it or not. It doesn't need validation to know its worth. In the same way, your value isn't determined by whether others see it. Don't let external opinions shake your belief in yourself. When confronted with disrespect, respond with confidence and composure rather than letting emotions take over. A truly self-assured person doesn't need to raise their voice to assert their value. They do it through quiet strength and unwavering presence. That is how you stand your ground when others try to test you. That is how you refuse to engage in pointless arguments because you know your dignity isn't up for debate. Sometimes, the most powerful response is silence. And sometimes, the most commanding action is walking away with your head held high and your confidence unshaken. But let's be real. Confidence doesn't mean you won't feel hurt. We are all human, and words can cut deep, actions can wound. But confidence helps you heal faster. It reminds you that, even in your lowest moments, you are still standing, still worthy, and still not defined by how others treat you. Confidence is not arrogance, nor is it about always having the right answers. It's the deep-rooted awareness of your worth that doesn't require external validation. When someone disrespects you, they want to see you break, to shrink under their words. Don't give them that satisfaction. Walk taller, speak with more certainty, and smile with an unshakable resolve. Because confidence isn't about display. It's about quiet resilience. True confidence is built in the small decisions you make every day to respect yourself. It strengthens when you choose to believe that you are enough just as you are. It grows when you stop comparing yourself to others or seeking approval. To feel valuable, It solidifies when you remind yourself that your worth doesn't come from their recognition. It comes from within you. Once you embrace this truth, disrespect loses its power. It can no longer reach you, nor can it ever diminish your value. The truth is, when you are truly confident, disrespect loses its power over you. It may irritate you, but it won't shake your foundation. It may momentarily catch you off guard, but it won't derail your progress. That's because confidence isn't built on external validation. It stands independently, unaffected by the attitudes or actions of others. You don't need people to treat you perfectly to feel secure in yourself. Never let anyone, do their words or actions, make you forget who you are. Never allow their lack of respect to make you second-guess your worth. Hold your head high, not because you're ignoring what happened, but because you refuse to let it define you. Let them talk. Let them behave however they choose. But you remain unshaken. Because real confidence isn't about retaliation. It's about resilience, about moving forward without regret. Disrespect can trigger an instinctive need to react. An insult or belittling remark may ignite your anger, pushing you to respond in defense of yourself and your truth. But think carefully. Impulsive reactions rarely serve you in the long run. It's like throwing fuel onto a fire. It may feel powerful in the moment, but in the end, you get burned just as much as they do. Reacting in haste doesn't just cloud your judgment. It hands control of your emotions to someone else. It silently tells them, you have power over me, and I am responding exactly as you wanted. In that moment, they succeed in disrupting your peace, stealing your focus, and draining your energy. They want to see you lose composure, and if you fall into that trap, you give them exactly what they were hoping for. Don't grant them that privilege. Don't let fleeting emotions overpower your reason. Choose to respond with calmness and intelligence. When you master your words and actions, you don't just maintain control. You demonstrate strength. Composure and clarity are the clearest reflections of your value and character. There is a vast difference between reacting impulsively and responding with awareness. Impulsive reactions stem from unchecked emotions, whereas thoughtful responses come from intelligence and self-control. It's the line between speaking just to release frustration and speaking to uphold your self-respect. When you act without thinking, emotions dictate your course. But when you remain calm, you take control of the situation rather than being consumed by it. Those who lack respect will always seek ways to provoke you. It's their way of testing how much control they can exert over you. If you respond with anger, you've fallen into their trap. You've shown them that they hold influence over your emotions. But when you stay composed, unbothered, you shift the dynamic. You show them they have no say in how you react. Don't mistake composure for weakness. Staying rational in the face of disrespect isn't passivity, it's proof of mental strength. Acting on instinct is easy, anyone can do that. But having the discipline to pause, take a breath, and think before you respond. That is what separates those who merely react from those who lead their own lives with confidence and control. Responding intelligently always leads to better outcomes in life. Every word and action you take carries weight because it stems from reason, not fleeting emotions. When someone disrespects you, you can face them without losing your dignity. You can calmly show them that their behavior is unacceptable. You can set clear boundaries without engaging in pointless arguments. Composure is a silent weapon. The moment you refuse to react, they lose the power they thought they had over you. As Denzel Washington once said, responding wisely doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It's natural to feel hurt, angry, or disappointed. But the key lies in how you manage and transform those emotions before taking action. Whenever you face insults or condescension, take a step back, take a deep breath, and give yourself a moment to decide who you want to be in that situation. Before responding, ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in this moment? Or does my reaction reflect the person I aspire to be? A brief pause can make all the difference. It allows you to choose your response wisely instead of being swept away by emotion. Each time you choose composure over impulse, you're training yourself to become stronger. You're building emotional resilience and reaffirming to yourself that, no matter how someone else behaves, you remain in control. You are not handing over the power to disturb your peace. Reacting on instinct might bring temporary satisfaction, but it rarely leads to anything meaningful. In fact, it often makes things worse. On the other hand, pausing to think before you act opens up better paths forward. Staying calm is a clear sign that you are in control of yourself, and that alone earns the respect of those around you. There will always be people who try to provoke you. There will always be situations that test your patience. But each of these moments is an opportunity to prove that you are stronger than the chaos around you. When you choose to respond wisely rather than react emotionally, you don't just handle the situation, you grow from it. You show the world that you are not controlled by disrespect or negativity. True strength isn't found in what others say or do. It lies in how you respond. You can let an insult pull you into anger, or you can remain calm and move forward. You can allow your emotions to be manipulated, or you can take control of yourself. Responding isn't about winning an argument. It's about protecting your peace. It's not about proving your worth to others. It's about maintaining your dignity. When you choose to respond with calm confidence rather than emotional reaction, you're walking the path of someone unshakable. In life, you can't avoid harsh words or difficult people, but you can decide whether they have the power to unsettle you. Not everyone deserves your time, energy, or peace. Be intentional about where you invest your emotional strength. The people you choose to walk alongside in life have a profound impact on your mindset, actions, and the path you take. Their energy gradually influences yours. The way they think can shape you, whether you realize it or not. The individuals you allow into your world hold a quiet yet powerful influence over the person you become. That's why you must choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, who believe in your potential, who celebrate your successes and push you to grow. When you immerse yourself in a positive environment, you're not just protecting your energy, you're laying the foundation for success and inner peace. To create a life filled with positivity, you must be willing to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. That isn't easy. Walking away from people you've shared a history with is difficult, even when their negativity is holding you back. But there's a truth you must accept. You cannot build a strong future when those around you are quietly tearing down the bricks you've worked so hard to lay. Sometimes, in order to move forward, you have to learn to let go. This doesn't mean you have to cut them off entirely. You can still appreciate them, but that doesn't mean they deserve a central place in your life. Protect your peace, create an environment that fuels your growth, and choose to surround yourself with people who uplift and propel you forward. When you consciously surround yourself with those who radiate positive energy, your entire perspective shifts. Your mindset changes, your belief in yourself strengthens. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You take bold action because you know you have a support system that encourages and pushes you to rise. Belief is a force that shapes who you are. When you're around people who see your potential, that belief becomes a source of motivation that drives you to grow relentlessly. Look at the greatest individuals in history. Their success was never a solo journey. No one reaches the top alone. There were always people who encouraged them when they doubted themselves, who challenged them to go further, who set higher standards and kept them focused on their goals. These are the kinds of people you need to thrive and succeed. You need those who stand by you even when no one else does. Those who refuse to let you see failure as the end, but rather as a stepping stone to rise even stronger. Most importantly, they don't just celebrate when you succeed, they stand by your side when you fall. When life gets tough, they'll reach for your hand and say, "You've got this." They won't let you give up. They remind you that you are strong, you are valuable, and your dreams are worth pursuing. Sometimes, a single word of encouragement at the right moment can reignite your drive to keep going. The people who truly stand by you don't judge you by your failures. They see the way you rise after each setback. They don't let your mistakes overshadow your true value. Instead, they help you find the lessons and opportunities within them. When everything feels overwhelming, they are there, saying the words you need to hear. They fuel your motivation so that you, in turn, can pass that strength on to others. The people around you are a reflection of the life you are building. They influence your mindset, emotions, and direction more than you realize. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who push you to grow, who recognize your worth, and who stand by you when the weight of the world feels too heavy. Because when you have the right people around you, you don't just survive, you thrive. You become unstoppable. Life isn't a series of walls meant to confine you. It's a door constantly opening to new possibilities. If you want to keep moving forward, you must grow with it. The greatest threat you face isn't failure. It's staying still when you should be evolving. Growth is not optional. It's essential. It's not just a desire. It's a commitment you must make to yourself every single day. A commitment to learning, to pushing forward, to rising despite failures and challenges. Growth is what separates living from merely existing. Think of your life as fertile soil. Every thought, action, and habit you nurture is a seed. What you plant determines what you harvest. If you sow procrastination, doubt, and excuses, you will reap a life full of limitations. But if you plant discipline, resilience, and a hunger for growth, you will reap a life of success, fulfillment, and meaning. Your story isn't over. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep becoming the person you were meant to be. The path to growth is never smooth. It is filled with resistance, failure, criticism, uncertainty, and obstacles. That is why so many people choose to stay where they are. They seek comfort instead of embracing difficulty. They want results without effort. But understand this: growth and comfort never coexist. An old way of living cannot create new results. You cannot hold on to outdated habits and expect progress. If you want to rise higher, you must be willing to let go of the old version of yourself. That will be uncomfortable, but discomfort is the driving force behind transformation. A seed does not passively wait for the perfect conditions to grow. It fights its way toward the light. It must break through its shell, push through the heavy soil, endure pounding rain and scorching drought. That is the essence of growth. It is not smooth, not easy, and often full of struggle. But if the seed does not give up, if it keeps reaching upward, it will bloom into something greater than it ever imagined. Never stop growing, because growth fuels momentum. The farther you go, the more you learn. The more you keep moving, the more you uncover potential you never knew existed. Motivation doesn't come from stagnation. It doesn't arise from a quiet, complacent life. It comes from action, from small but steady progress, from the refusal to settle for less. No matter how long the journey feels, no matter how slow the pace, keep moving forward. Because every step, no matter how small, is still a step closer to the greatest version of yourself. Growth only happens when you have the courage to admit that you don't know everything, and that there is always more to discover. Many people get trapped in a cycle of complacency, believing they are already skilled enough, knowledgeable enough, or successful enough. But thinking you've reached the peak is the first step toward decline. True growth comes from maintaining a mindset of continuous learning, asking questions, seeking knowledge, and learning from those around you. Stay hungry, keep pushing your limits, and never stop striving for more. The difference between dreamers and doers is an unshakable hunger. You have to want it badly enough to let go of what holds you back. You must crave knowledge, crave progress, and crave becoming the best version of yourself. That fire within you will keep you going when the road gets tough. It will push you forward when others give up halfway. This hunger won't allow you to procrastinate or settle for less. It won't let you waste your life waiting for the perfect moment. Understand that growth doesn't only come from grand achievements. Sometimes it lies in the small steps, the daily habits, and the unseen moments. It's in waking up an hour earlier to get closer to your goals. It's in choosing to read a book instead of mindlessly scrolling through distractions. It's in having the courage to say no to things that stand in your way. These seemingly small choices, repeated over time, create an unstoppable momentum that propels you forward every single day. Growth isn't just measured by achievements, it's reflected in the person you are becoming. It's about developing a mindset that stands strong in the face of challenges, stays grounded in success, and inspires others to rise as well. Because in the end, your growth doesn't just impact you. It influences the people who watch you. Whether it's your family, your friends, or your community, they need to see you rise. They need to see you push forward despite adversity. Because when they see your growth, they begin to believe they can do the same. Keep growing by staying focused on your vision. Don't get distracted by comparisons or criticism. Don't let the opinions of others define your worth or dictate your path. Don't lose yourself. Remember who you are and where you're headed. This is a long journey. It's not about being better than someone else. It's about being better than the person you were yesterday. Stay focused on your progress, stay committed to your goals, and keep moving forward, one step at a time. Growth is a lifelong process. Life will always bring new opportunities, new challenges, and new lessons. Are you ready to keep growing? Are you ready to keep moving forward, no matter how far you've already come? So, keep going, keep growing, keep pushing forward. Life will always meet you at the level of your effort, belief, and willingness to evolve. In this world, there will always be people who challenge your worth, doubt your potential, or fail to respect you. But the real power lies in how you choose to let their actions affect you. When you set clear boundaries, you teach the world how to treat you. When you refuse to let disrespect shake your confidence, you honor the strength within you. By responding with control instead of reacting emotionally, you reclaim your power and rise above the chaos. By surrounding yourself with people who lift you higher, you ensure you have the love and support you need to keep growing. And most importantly, by committing to growth and moving forward, you prove that no negativity, no disrespect, can ever define you. You are stronger than the opinions of others. You are worth more than the way they treat you. And when you live with confidence, clarity, and purpose, you don't just change your own life. You set an example for the world. You don't find yourself in other people. You find yourself in the way you choose to live. Thank you for watching until the end. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next video.